Hey, what's going on? My name is Jan and welcome back to a brand new video here at the channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing or talking about this Star Wars prequel series that was silently cancelled and has now been confirmed to be in the shoot. This article comes from Giant Freaking Robot. There are many other outlets that are pushing this. This isn't something that's unreliable. This is a reliable. This thing is what's been said. Just I've decided to pick this article because it goes more in depth and takes extracts and stuff, unlike some other articles I've seen. Anyway, let's jump straight into the article. Disney cancels the anticipated Star Wars prequel series. There's been a great disturbance in the Force as if millions of fans suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly really bummed out. After months of uncertainty and speculation, filmmaker Justin Simeon has confirmed that Star Wars Lando spin-off series will not be happening. The Donald Glover-led production was set to become the latest entry into the Star Wars universe for Disney Plus programming. News of the Star Wars Lando series was first announced back in December of 2020. The show was set to follow Lando Calrissian exploits as he transforms from a money-hungry smuggler to eventually becoming a key figure in the Resistance, with characters such as Obi-Wan and Boba Fett getting their own recent spin-off series. It only made sense for another fan favourite to get the same treatment. Of course, at least we got to see Donald Glover in Solo. Fans first got a taste of Donald Glover's depiction of the popular Star Wars character when he was a supporting character in Solo's A Star Wars Story. Glover earned high praise for his ability to capture Billy Dee Williams' personality, charisma from the original trilogy. With a popular actor on board and plenty of excitement from fans, it seemed like nothing could get in the way of Star Wars Lando. However, in a conversation with Collider, Simeon admits that he knew that Star Wars Lando was in trouble pretty early on. It became clear. They probably won't want me to say this, but I knew it was official when I read it in the trades, Simeon says, but the writing was super on the wall. Disney hasn't explained what has happened. They probably won't explain it at this point, just because it's Disney. Even with Disney pulling the plug on the spin-off series, there has never been any concrete explanation as to why. Simeon explains that his Star Wars show was almost completely finished, completely fleshed out. When he got the news, I was pretty developed. Yeah, there was a Bible, there was concept art, there were scripts, but it just wasn't meant to be, he says. It was basically just needing to be filmed, and they didn't want to put the money in. As for Simeon, he still has plenty of work to do to keep him busy in the foreseeable future, even with the sudden cancellation of Star Wars Lando. He's currently promoting Hollywood Black, and his MGM Plus docu-series examines race and representation in Hollywood. The docu-series is based on the novel Hollywood Black. The stars, the filmmakers, written by historian Donald Bogle. And then, of course, Simeon will also be able to flex his sci-fi muscles with his upcoming Star Trek comedy series that he's doing. Although the show remains untitled, it was the first announced at the San Diego Comic-Con. The show will follow a group of Federation outsiders who work on luxurious resort planet. So even with the Star Wars Lando series getting the axe at Disney Plus, there is still hope for fans in July 2023. Stephen Glover joined his brother Donald Glover to take over the project. But instead of working on a series, the project will now be a feature film. This makes a little bit of sense, but we'll get back to that in a sec. Someone get Donald Glover a new sci-fi project. In an appearance on the podcast Pablo Torre Finds Out, Stephen Glover first spoke about the possible Star Wars Lando film, but during September 2023 episode, Glover kept his cards close to his chest. It's not even a show, Glover explained. This idea right now is to do a movie right now, and because of the strike, it's kind of like a telephone. All of the information. So this, of course, interview happened when the writers' strike happened. Despite the omission of the Star Wars, Lando has a new life in the movie. Little is known about the plot details. The only information the Star Wars fans can cling on to is that Lucasfilm has confirmed the movie's existence. So for now, A New Hope to see Lando Calrissian again is better than no hope at all. I understand this from a point of view for Disney, right? This would have been cancelled probably mid 2023. if they started talking about the movie when the strikes happened, um, it makes sense for Disney because at that time they weren't having great success with Disney Plus shows. They still aren't really having that much success with them. Um, Movies are coming back with force at the moment. Box office is back to what it used to be. As long as the film's good, the box office can hit 100, 200, 300, 400, 800 plus million movies plus $1 billion films like that. That's the new normal again. Because during COVID, when everything just went streaming, there was not really any hope for $1 billion franchises, $1 billion movies happening, and there hadn't been $1 billion hit. Top Gun Maverick, of course, did it. There hasn't been as many as there were before COVID because not many people go to the cinema. So of course that's probably why they've steered away from streaming now, is because look, movies are working again. When movies weren't working, TV format made more sense. It's interesting how Kenobi was supposed to be a trilogy, a movie trilogy, and they changed that to a show. And it's interesting that the writer who wrote the show isn't going to be involved with the movie. I think that's a very interesting point to put out because to me it just makes more sense that that writer would stick around. Maybe the writer was like, no, I don't, TV show it is. That's what he did. And maybe they just wanted a fresh new take on it. Maybe he handed the script in, some of the other scripts, and they're like, this show just doesn't work. Cancelling this, and this being announced at the moment, is probably not a good thing for Star Wars, considering in 2 days' time, we start D23. And at D23, there is going to be Star Wars. And I'm pretty sure, I've done a video on this, and it went crazy on the channel. Acolyte Season 2 will be announced. It's gonna happen. I'm 100% sure on it. And if it doesn't happen, I'll be the first one making a video going, thank the Lord. But for this to kind of be like, oh yeah, no, something Evil wanted, we're not doing the show. But for them to go, okay, they've confirmed they are doing a movie. They have to stick to that. They can't now cancel the film. Because they could, but it wouldn't look good. Donald Glover clearly is, and his brother are clearly working on this very closely together. They want it to be great. The script's probably being written at the moment, and we could potentially get a release window, a release year for this film at D23, because I think we're going to be hearing more about Star Wars films. I think we're going to be hearing more about Star Wars TV, Star Wars games. I don't cover games here, but I think we're going to be hearing a lot more about Star Wars. And I think that's good if it's good. If it's not good, then don't do it. Because let's be honest, Lucasfilm properties, the only one they really have to do at the moment is Star Wars. They can't do an Indiana Jones because they've done that. It didn't work. They need to reboot it, but we're only a year off of Dial of Destiny. So where does that leave us at the moment with the whole Star Wars thing? With the whole Lucasfilm thing, to be honest, it leaves us in a very interesting situation heading into D23. Because D23 will be where they start pumping out projects, announcing new projects, and announcing new bits. And us as fans will be keeping our eyes peeled. I'll be reporting everything that I'm interested in that comes out from that show. I'll be talking about. I'll be doing the Acolyte. I will be doing the Acolyte, because the other option they have is potentially a spin-off. And I did mention that in my other video, but I'll be doing a video on it all, and there'll be videos pumping out like crazy on the weekend, and then I'll be able to take a little cool chill day on the Monday and Tuesday. I've got some real fun things planned for personal life stuff, but yeah, no, video wise, I'm going to be cranking them out. Very excited for D23. going to be very sleep deprived, but that's fine. Is what it is, isn't it? I watch all these events. I watched San Diego Comic Con this year. Followed up to date with what was going on there with so I'm excited for D23. I'm excited to hear more about the Lando Calrissian movie. I'm excited to hear about some other Star Wars projects that will be coming up. So yeah, it's all good things that are happening at the moment. I just want to get there now. So that being said, I will see you on the next one. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below your thoughts, because I always love to hear it. I really do try and reply to every comment I get. And yeah, I mean, I love Star Wars. I love movies, TV. So yeah, if you love all that stuff too, this is the place to be. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, join the channel. We're currently at 17 subscribers while I'm doing this, and we've not even done a month yet on the channel, so I'm very happy with that. So yeah, with that being said, like I said, I'll see you on the next one. As always, stay cinematic. See you soon.